Hey, y'all. Hey, it's Friday. It's Listiner Inspires coming at you live with your second edition of HIAJLIVE pre-show. Woo, 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 woo. So if you've never tuned in to a pre-show, if you never signed up for one, if you never engaged in one, you are in for a treat. I am always excited and hyped because doing the work of God is exciting and it's full of hype. Good hype. And so without further ado, I have this beautiful young lady with me that I will allow her to introduce herself. But let me introduce who I am for those of you who might not know, which I don't know why you wouldn't know, because I'm always on your screen, like, you know what I'm saying? But just in case you don't, let me tell you who I am. I am the Listiner Inspires. I'm an award-winning author. I'm a healing and recovery accountability expert speaker, as well as coach and consultant. I am the founder of Healing is a Journey, a quarterly series of conferences that are designed to help those who've gone through trauma and abuse learn how to move beyond the trauma and until their healing by providing them with tools, support, resources, and solutions. And so the next upcoming conference and the last one for this year is December 19th. And the topic we're talking about is dreams, goals, and healing. And so you might be asking, what is dreams, goals, and like how does healing go with that? Stay tuned. We might actually answer that question for you. But before I go any further, I'm gonna let my lovely speaker here tell you who she is.
Thank you, Listiner. So my name is Chante Gamby, and I am the founder of Friends Counseling, Coaching, and Consulting, where we focus on holistic wellness and meeting individual needs through that. Um, I am a licensed clinical social worker who has worked in the mental health field for over a decade and really try to partner with clients or anybody that I can in going through their healing process.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yay! I'm so happy to have you. I'm so happy that you said yes. For those of you that have subscribed to my exclusive Rebel community and you get my newsletters, you probably should have gotten a newsletter today that had the article that this lovely lady has written up about the conference, which I think was in June, if I'm not mistaken. And so the article is just so beautifully written. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like, so I had to reshare it because like I'm on the pre-show with her today and you guys need to know who wrote the article and that she is actually a speaker. Look how God works. And so a lot of times people, when they are a part of something, when they sign on to be a panelist or a speaker or a vendor, there's usually a motive, a reason why, like if I was to attend an event, because that's something that I see beneficial in attending that event. Even me, even though I have my own platform, if I am a speaker at another event, it's because it aligns with what I believe. Tell the people why you decided to say yes to be a part of the conference. Because you could have been like, I wrote an article about you, but I don't necessarily want to be a part of it. What made you want to be a part of it?
Sure. So I am also a writer for the Chicago Defender. So that's where that article came from. But being in that space with you all, like, really inspired me. At first it was just an assignment for me, and I was like, oh, I might learn a few points here and there, and that would be cool. But the energy there, and just the panelists and their insight and your insight, really aligned with what I believe in, and really I felt like I was saying, you should partner. You should contribute to this because this is good work and this is needed. So.
And I don't know if y'all was listening. She said she was on assignment. I don't think she realized that she was actually on a higher assignment. God sent her there. She thought she was there to write an article and to review, but God was like, no, I got something else for you. You see how God works? He put you in a room to get you into a bigger room. And so I'm happy to have you. I was honored that you asked to be a part of it. And what you do is in alignment with what the conference is about, promoting healing. And for me, healing does not just embody spiritual healing, there's mental healing, there's healing
Mm-hmm.
umbrella that covers so many just so many different spheres. And I think people don't realize that when you go through trauma, it not only impacts you physically, but it impacts you on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on a mental level.
Mm-hmm.
And before I go any further, I forgot to let you guys know I am doing yet another raffle. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all know I just love stuff away. And so to this week's raffle, you will get a free ebook, Dare to Dream, which is in alignment with what the topic is about. Dare to Dream is a free it's an ebook, 20 pages. I wrote it a few years ago, and it's what the actual Say Yes, Get Your Life book kind of came from, because that book actually sparked me to write a bigger book. And so the rules to get this ebook, download it straight to your email. One, you must share this post. When you share the post, in the top of when you share it, put hashtag HIAJLIVE. And then in the comment section, select a number between 1 and 15. And the winners for the raffle will be announced next week, Monday. Yoo-hoo-hoo. So that's hey. And so I have my little list of questions for you that you didn't know anything about.
Oh, of course. Love those.
Yeah, I love them. For those who are just tuning in, you are tuning into the second HIAJ Live pre-show, which we're giving you a sample of what to expect when you attend next Saturday's conference. And for all people out there, when I do my questions, my speakers, they never know what I'm going to ask. And I like to keep it that way because I like my platforms to be authentic and transparent, because that's the only way you can help the people to understand that healing is theirs, and just to walk them through that. So when you think of dreams, goals, and healing, how do you correlate those three, even intertwining or being, one into the other?
Oh man, that's a big question. Well, there's so much there. I think I like to think of, the dream is kind of, we have some idea of what we want somewhere. But we may not know how to get there. And, that's where the goals would come in. But if we haven't done the healing, sometimes we find we can't achieve those goals. So I think it's easy in society to say, well, just make a plan, just set up a goal, and then you'll meet your dream.
Mm-hmm.
And then people get disappointed because either they didn't make the goal when they thought they were going to make it, or the dream ended up looking different, or they didn't make it to the dream. And I believe part of it is because we haven't done the healing. We don't really talk necessarily in mainstream society about the healing that needs to take place. And as you were saying, it could be physical, mental, spiritual. Often it's a combination of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't do that healing work, we can't get to that dream.
Let's just shut it down. You just answered the question, and that should be the reason why people attend. But that's so true. I agree. And when God gave me the concept of like, okay, because last year we talked about dreams and goals, but this last quarter, rather, last like December, this December, he really was showing me how operating from a space of being unhealed can allow for greater disappointment, because you expect it to go one way, yet it goes another way. You're trying to figure out, like, why didn't this go the way I planned it to go? And so I can testify that when I started my healing journey, even I'm still on that journey. So for those of you who are watching, the journey is continuous. It's not that you don't arrive anywhere when you're on healing, unless you've gone on to be with the Lord.
Right.
You should be, the journey it's like you get tools. There's certain things that God, removes and replaces. It's as long as you're living, you're always going to be on this journey. But that's not to be a discouragement. That's an encouragement, because you're not alone. But what I've learned personally, and I can just testify, is that when I started my healing journey, back long before I even thought about doing a conference, back when God led me to forgive my mother on her deathbed, that started a sequel of events that led me to becoming a speaker, becoming an author, now a conference curator, that I probably wouldn't even thought myself worthy or even a vision had I not started that journey of healing. Man, about 10 years and 11 months ago. And that's that it takes that long for a dream to manifest, but that shows you the journey that I've gone on, where and as soon as God had me to do that, I started to want to walk in freedom. Like, I don't want to be bound up. And so the first thing I actually did was I filed for divorce. And not saying that because, ladies or men go out there and divorce their spouse, but the relationship I was in was not a healthy one. And I was saying I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything else. And so I took that leap of faith and I was like, let me just do this. I know God got something that's so much greater for me. And then that process started. What is something that you yourself found you've been able to do in a sense of freedom? Because freedom, before we backtrack, people may have heard me talk about freedom. I speak about freedom a lot. And the reason I speak about freedom so much is because there is freedom in healing. Now, life happens. It does not mean things won't come your way, right? It doesn't mean that right now we're in a traumatic time of the year. When you see everything is going on, it can be triggers, right? But that freedom of saying, okay, I'm experiencing this, I'm feeling that, I'm going to get help because I need additional help. The freedom of not being ashamed because you're feeling something, right? I find that a lot of times we don't walk in that because we don't know what that looks like. So I'm going to rephrase the question. For you, what does freedom look like in pertaining to healing, dreams, and goals?
So for me, freedom looks like choice, knowing that I don't have to go a certain path. I can choose. And when I have the knowledge of what's going on within myself, as to what you were saying, I can acknowledge what I'm feeling. I can acknowledge what's happening. I have a relationship with God, and we're talking about these things too. I recognize that the things that I'm doing and the thoughts that I'm having are choices. And I can, at any point, decide to change that direction. And to me, that is freedom, knowing that.
Okay, well, I heard 2 key points. So for those of you who might be taking notes, you might not. Let me give you some additional notes. She said 2 things that stood out to me: a relationship with God and choices. See, a lot of times we think we don't have a choice. We think that, hey, Miss Jasmine Hill, hey, Miss Esther Hayes, hey, Miss Whit Devereaux, thank y'all for tuning in. If I didn't call your name, I didn't see you. So say hi in the comments, I can know you're there. But when I think of those 2 things, relationship with God and choices, right? We oftentimes, if you have experienced trauma and abuse, specifically abuse as a child, we have been subliminally told that our choices aren't our own because something was taken from us at a young age, and so we don't trust ourselves to make healthy choices because we blame ourselves.
Right.
Now, if I'm wrong, let me know, because she's a therapist. I'm
with you on it. I'm with you.
I'm not like I'm just going on my life experience, okay? But and so with that, sometimes we don't feel like we have the choice to make another alternate decision about our life, because we feel like up until now it was made for us and this is where it has supposed to be. But see, that's how generational curses continue to go, because a choice that was made so long ago before we were even born happened that wasn't even our choice, and we even have a say so in it. But baby, a relationship with Christ can give you a whole new set of choices called freedom. That would have me like I'm being a preacher, so I preach. Let me tell you, okay? But, and so I love that, because at the end of the day, you have a choice. You can choose to either heal or remain the same.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's as simple as saying, I want to heal, and then allowing God to direct your path. Maybe the path that he directs you on is a healing conference. Shameless plug. Maybe he says, hey, attend one of them, see what it's about. And by the way, I have 6 complimentary tickets. So if this is you, if you're someone that you don't know if you have a choice, or you've been told all your life that you don't have choices, here's a choice for you right now. Go on the website, www.HIAJLIVE.com. Go to tickets. Get your complimentary ticket so you can, and that's a choice that you're going to make to start your healing today. Because once you click on that ticket, you're saying, today, I'm starting my healing. And then let God do the rest. Healing is as simple as saying yes. Literally. But we get stripped of that. We get told we're not worthy. Our circumstances tell us that we don't matter. And so one of the things that I personally continue to remind myself is that I matter. My voice matter. It's something I tell myself often, because I believed otherwise for so long. What is something that you tell yourself that encourages you on days maybe you don't feel, you feel less than 100%?
A lot of different things, but I think the most prevalent for me is just saying, at the end of the day, going back to those choices, I can make choices, and I know that God is with me and God is going to work it out. So when we have trauma, there's a sense of we have to be in control and we have to hold on so tight to things to be safe. I like to remind myself that ultimately God has seen me through that and brought me through that healing, and I can trust that and move forward. I don't know if that answered your question.
No, that did.
Okay.
And so 2 things I heard is that when I listen, I hear, I'll say this, I hear words and colors. Like I hear certain things that pop out, like, oh, that let me resonate with that. Control and power. Now you didn't say power necessarily, but you did say control. And that is something that I think a lot of people who've gone through trauma and abuse struggle with, is control. You know, when you have something happen to you, you tell yourself, I'll never let that happen again. No one will ever hurt me. And sometimes we harden our hearts because we said we don't want to let love in. And let me just tell whoever might be listening to hear this. Love did not hurt you. The person who misused the word love hurt you. And that person probably got hurt somewhere along the line in their life. Not saying what they did was right. The first step, besides saying yes and then going to the conference, is to start to forgive what's been done to you. 1, forgive who did it to you. 2, and forgive yourself. 3. I'm going to repeat this again. Forgive what was done to you. Forgive who did it to you, and forgive yourself. You might be wondering, well, why should I forgive myself? I can bet, I don't bet because I don't want to lose money, but I can guarantee you, let me change the word. I can guarantee you, if you've been abused, you at somewhere along the line it's crossed your mind that what could you have done different for it not to happen? That's yourself. There's nothing that you did to bring it on. We cannot control other people's actions against us, but we can control how those actions affect our life from the present moving forward to the future. And see, God wants you to have a future in him, a sense of freedom in him. He wants you to have healing. He wants you to be delivered. He wants you to walk and be full of joy, even when the world around you is falling apart. And how do you get that? By starting your healing. Is it easy, Listiner? No, it's not easy. Is it worth it, Listiner? Yes, it is. I'm answering this like y'all asking me these questions because I know that. It's not easy. It's worth it. But if you really think about it, anything that you've ever done that you worked hard for wasn't easy. You know, when we go after everything else, we go after the success of the world, which is car check, you know, nice place check, you know, relationship goals check, right? We go after all these things, but we never once tap into heart check, forgiveness check, healing check. Do we ever do that? I guarantee you, if you were to sit back and think of where you are and where you were and where you're trying to get to, and really look at what's stopping me from getting to where I need to go. Is it the things from my past that's spilling over into my present and trying to go into the future? What is it that could be stopping you? Now we have about 10 minutes because I told you guys this is a sample plate. If you want the whole entree, you need to get your tickets. Okay. What can, how do I say this? Tell it. I don't know. Maybe you've never shared before. That will be interesting. Yeah, this is off topic, but I was like, let me just throw it out there at you.
I think I missed the question a little bit. What was that again? Could you repeat it?
Tell the people a fun fact about yourself.
Fun fact.
Oh no, you got no fun facts? Hold on.
I just found out recently that I'm part French Canadian. So.
Okay. So we taking a Canadian road trip then. Y'all heard that. You heard us say that, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it aligns, right? My name is French, so, you know, who knows?
Okay. Well, I want to share a fun fact about myself. And people probably should know this, but maybe they don't. I love tacos. I can make anything into a taco. I mean, literally anything. Like anything. That's how much I love tacos. And actually, this is the second fun fact that only a very few select people know, is that I love to cook and I know how to cook. I cook creatively. My friends say I Listiner Inspires it. So I'll see a dish, like it, and cook it. That's a fun fact about myself. And I wanted to throw that in there just because we all have something about ourselves that is creative or different and exciting and new. You know, she had to kind of think about that. But just think about, what is it about yourself that you like, that maybe no one knows about, or you know how to do well. Too often we look at like the physical attributes of us, like, you know, if you're a woman, oh, you got boobs, you got a booty, you got, you know, that only takes you so far. You know, that only takes you so far. Eventually that stuff falls and sags unless you get work done. And this is not body shaming to anybody. This is, I want people to understand, to really look at what it was in you, your character. That's what makes you you. At the end of the day, how you look is just the icing on the top. But who you are inside is that's the whole package. And that's where, coming from a place of two women you see before you that started their healing, we can look, she instantly thought about, you know, what she learned about her genetic makeup. She didn't say, oh, I got, you know, wonderful hips, or, you know, and she could have, I wouldn't have judged her, but there's a difference when you're healed and when you're trying to figure out what's going on. And does not mean, let me make sure I'm specific, and I tell you guys, does not mean that because you love your shape of your body, you're not healed. Because I love how I look as well. But when I think of things that make me who I am, I think of the list of things that go beyond the physical. Because I've started the innermost work within of the healing. And so I want to encourage you guys to attend the conference. If you're not sure, if you're still not sure this is for you, you can go back and watch the other live from last week to hear me with the other two panelists. You can send me an email at info@listiner.com with any questions you might have. See, I want your healing for you so much that I'm willing to have you reach out to me and I can answer the questions that you might have that might be, maybe you're ashamed. If you are ashamed, please don't be ashamed. Go register. Let me tell you, even when you sign up for the conference, y'all don't have to turn y'all screens on. I don't have to see your face. So if that's something that be stopping you, it's a virtual healing experience, but you don't have to turn your screens on. The only people you'll be seeing will be myself and the speakers, because they have to turn their screens on. They have no choice. And you don't even have to say anything if you just want to get poured into. And for those who are watching, if you have questions that you want to submit ahead of time that you want answered by the speakers, feel free to email me at info@listinerinspires.com. I will take those questions and I will hold them, put them to the side so that they can be implemented in the actual conference. I'm super excited for you guys. Those that have already purchased your tickets, you're in for a special treat. I have so much planned for this last one for December for 2020. But before we end, leave the people with some words of encouragement, inspiration, and whatever that God places in your heart for the people who are watching.
I would say trust God. Trust God in knowing that what you're going through, even if it's painful, has purpose. And move in that faith as you move towards your dreams and your goals and your healing. Understand that God is with you, and ultimately He has a bigger plan, even if we don't see it right now.
Yes. Did y'all get those nuggets? Now, if you actually want to give some more tangible nuggets, then you need to actually attend the conference. Hello. Before I end it, let me let you guys know, raffle. So remember, if you want to win a complimentary ebook called Dare to Dream, 1, share the post, share. 2, when you share it, make sure you hashtag HIAJLIVE. 3, in the comment section, select a number from 1 to 15. I will be announcing the winner on Monday. La 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 la.
The suspense.
I know, right? Yep, I'm silly. That's called freedom in my healing. So I'm silly. Oh well, hold on, but I almost forgot. For those who are gonna purchase their tickets, because the complimentary tickets that I provided gives you access to the conference. It gives you access to the conference, and it gives you the downloadable worksheet. So that's 1. 2, the general admission tickets are $25. That gives you access to the conference, downloadable worksheet, the replay link, and a copy of my journal book, Get Your Life and Say Yes. Boop, 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 boop. Now, VIP, the $40 package, those who's like, you know what, I'm going to just invest in myself because I'm worth it. You get access to the conference, replay link, downloadable worksheet, the copy of my book. You get Suture voucher coupons. Suture organic juices. You get this cute little pearl earrings by So Chic Accessories.
Cute.
I know. And there's more. TGIN sample products and a lip balm that's not in here because I use mine. Don't judge me, okay? And you get booty bands, the purple starter band with access to their workout. VIP, invest in yourself, love yourself. But if you don't feel bad, if you're not able to afford to purchase a ticket, there are 6 complimentary tickets waiting for those who are in need, who really want to attend and cannot afford. There's no shame. There's no shame in that. I'm here to tell you, don't let money be a hindrance from you starting your healing. I can tell you there's been plenty of events that I attended for free because God blessed me while I could, because I couldn't afford to pay for it. And now when I have the money, I invest in myself because I am worth it. You are worth it. You are your greatest asset. invest in you if you don't do anything else, because you can't be great out here in this world if you're not great first within. Listiner Inspires said that. Drop them. I'm not gonna drop the mic for real though, because I pay for this. But drop the mic and y'all see the mic drop. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Chante, for being here.
Thank you.
I love you guys. Remember to be bold, be unashamed. Most importantly, be you. Blessings.
Bye.